All right, what's up? It's Ben, uh, also known as Cobra Jacket or BCard4 on Twitch. Today, we're going to continue our shoots and ladder esque climb here. We've been in platinum for 2 days now, and we haven't climbed much. So let's see, where are we at now? Um, hmm. This is the deck. Narset's good. Narset, Dovin's Veto. There's a lot of control. Kefnet is another thing I threw in here just as a one of um, instead of Ugin. Second Ugin. Ugin is really good, um, but Kefnet turn 4 um, is going to help us out. Even if you don't get the cost reduction on opt, but just getting 2 ops maybe in a turn. The only times we really have like problems is when we just don't hit like our 4th and 5th land, because our deck really gets going when we get to start double spelling, playing threats, backing it up with counter magic, um, or playing threats and drawing cards. Making them react to our stuff. So here we are. I haven't. I put another Teferi in too, but I don't know. Teferi over third Teferi over second Narset, and that's just because Teferi is better against creature decks, and you don't have to target with the -3. You can just draw a card, which is sometimes just better than Narset. Like, I don't know. Narset does incredible stuff, but yeah, playing it onto a board with like Growth Chamber Guardian or whatever, and then you downtick, it just dies, and it doesn't draw you a land, and you don't get to the 4th land to play, or 5th land to play your sweepers and stuff, and you just lose. Sideboard, I've kind of trimmed it down to stuff that's been good for me. Um, our second Kefnet to go with commence the end game. Against some of the more like Bant and stuff. I think these cards are pretty good against Bant, and honestly, we'll just up that. I took out the third Lyra, and I wanted to add. I don't know why we have. Do we have black in the deck? It's always showing me that there's black in this deck, but I don't see it. Oh, Gaia. Whoopsies. I had a second Settle and a second Kaya to try to beat the Gruul decks, but they still just get in underneath your stuff. Sorry for hitting the mic there. And yeah, so what I was sort of thinking was maybe we just play some of these. Good Insurance versus Burn, and good at giving us some time to get to 5 mana so that we can get to our time wipes and stuff. I am like 1 pack away from getting a rare wild card, and I think I'm definitely going to put the second time wipe in the deck, especially if this works out here. And yeah, so against control, we're bringing in Prison Realm, Narset, probably Kefnet. Although, I guess Kefnet and like commence the end game. Like, you don't want these to get duressed out of your hands, so we got to be judicious about when we bring those in. I suppose I still sort of like this. But I don't know. You know, I don't know. Just, you know, like we have pretty good matchups. I don't know. Maybe Kai is not that good. It seems pretty good though. Maybe commence the end game. Having 2 of those seems a little crazy. Although it is good. It can't be countered, right? So I could bring it in for instead of Ugin. Sorry, my girlfriend's necklace thing broke over here. I think that's what we're doing. And yeah. One more card. Time Wipe plays really well with like Deputy Detention and stuff too. That might be an option at some point. We could look into that in the future. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna play everybody's favorite. Ooh, Augur Bolus isn't bad either. That's an interesting one. Oh, right. Narset's Reversal, too. So, Narset's Reversal is pretty good, but it just... You need to have the 2 blue, and... Yeah, so... We're just going to play our 9th counter spell here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. I wouldn't be opposed to... something else too. Maybe this card's good. 05 for 2. That can do some wacky stuff. Draw, discard. Better than Garden Age? I don't know. Excuse me. I'm looking for, yeah, some of these cards. Wizard's Retort or Sinister Sabotage maybe as the last one, but I don't know. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool too. Devious Cover-Up is a card. Interesting. My headset's been dying like really quickly, so I'm sorry if that affects what's going on. Okay. I kind of like Devious Cover-Up too, but I don't know, like where does that fit in our deck? Against control. Okay, so good thing to do with sideboarding is like you put the cards in there, but like what are you going to take out? So we take out 2 of these. Maybe like a Kepnet. 5 cards we want to take out versus control. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards we want to bring in against control. Okay, that's good. Four mana isn't bad. The effect is good. I like the effect a lot, actually. This effect is kind of cool too. Okay, let's run it. Been doing really well against blue-green Nexus. Pretty good against other control decks. Pretty good against green creature decks, but not red-green creature decks. Gruul Spellbreaker is really good against us. This is a good hand. This is maybe the best hand I've had all day. I beat Nexus earlier, and oh yeah, there we go. What else did we play? Lost to this kind of janky deck. Blue-black. I thought it was control. They like led with Kefnet and some other things. Kefnet, and then just kind of played out ahead of me the rest of the game. And then, so I sideboarded like they were control. They played like treasure maps and stuff, which is a cool combo. Kefnet, treasure map. But, yeah, then they were just like a mass kind of deck, which kind of threw me for a loop in terms of the sideboarding, you know? Interesting that they would tap out there. So we can slam to Fairy, and then they get to play Wilderness Reclamation, and then we get to like bind it and then absorb. So let's do that. They're not really close to flipping. There's a chance we get a veto out of this too. Okay, discards Chemist's Insight. Probably looking for lands. Blast Zone is good against us, and this is like Blast Zone is really good for their deck. But one kind of interesting thing, if your lands are always spells, and you need your lands to push your game plan further, it can be kind of tough. Okay. Let's draw a card. Let's see if we can find a veto or something to... Oh, yeah. It's going to make it hard for them, for sure. So they get to bump this up to 3 counters. then they can go up to 4 next turn. But this is just like really tying up their mana, you know? And meanwhile, we have a Teferi and counter magic, so. Can't cast this. So what can they cast? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can cast like bounce spell if we tap out here. Just go to our turn. We're gonna just go for the
I'm not done yet.
Teferi ult here. Yeah. Opt is cool, you know? You get to sort of do all sorts of wacky stuff with Opt, especially with Teferi, like scry 1, draw a card for no mana. That's good. X is 2. Okay, so they're going to use it on Teferi, which is probably fine. Oh, what do we have? A Plains? Ixalan's Binding? We have 3 Cleansing Nova in the deck, so discard that, I guess. Because at some point here, we might want it, but they're gonna try to kill Teferi here. I mean, they're gonna kill Teferi here. And then we can discard a Plains to Chemister's Insight, draw ourselves another Planeswalker. Excuse me. And we have, oh yeah.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Interesting. So, I sort of feel good about letting that resolve that. It feels bad to let people draw like all the cards, right? But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I think we want to bounce that.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Next. End that turn. Ditch another Cleansing Nova.
Protect you.
So they have to play Nexus there because they can only play at sorcery speed here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Narset.
Those who cannot proceed beyond put thoughtfulness before action.
I guess we should attack. Can't draw more cards. I don't know. This is a little sketchy, but
Let's slow. We need to move quickly.
so they get a chance here to do some stuff. We're just gonna keep telling them no.
Hurry!
Okay, that's pretty good.
This might be a bad idea.
Just the trick for this.
To untap 2 lands, so let's just do this. In turn, I guess. Second district is going to help us win. It's going to have to resolve.
I would like to ask about any lunar anomalies you have experienced.
We don't, oh, they can't cast Wilderness Reclamation. Ugh.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
It's fine.
I will not stand for such violence.
That's more like it. No time for a break.
Discard a card. Cleansing Nova it is. Oh, man. So, now they get to do this. Yeah. It's going to keep resolving.
Hold that thought.
I am ancient and wise. Heed my advice.
All right. That's how we do it. So, Let's see. I don't like that they can kill our permanents. That kind of stinks. Right, with Blast Zone. But we're going to just keep them off of it. What kind of, what's our last card here, though? Kefnet Endgame? Endgame kind of wins the game pretty quick. Can't be countered. They're gonna probably bring creatures in. Maybe second Kefnet is just redundant. All right. Janky Jacket goes for the second win of the day versus Simic Nexus. I don't love it. Teferi is really good. We're gonna shock and play Ops here. I think they started on. Yeah, okay. Because they treated us with respect, we will draw this land. I don't really want this to get negated, so if we can help that. We will wait. Right, and this just gives us, oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna tap out here, but at 3 mana they don't really have like a ton they can do.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
1, 2, 3. Draw a card here. That's great. Yeah. GG. That stinks for them, but it is what it is.
The ringing of my sword is your death knell.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so we need to win a couple more, then we can. We're going for our. What's that? Time wipe. We want time wipe. Oh, and what else did we see? Yeah. So second Kefnet. Like, why would we ever want to draw a second Kefnet? All right. Everybody, right? Everybody. So let's take that out, and let's. What is it, like Lazatep plating or whatever? You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. This is kind of interesting, like, I know it seems really strange that we would be playing a card like this, But because so much of our removal is permanent, right? Like all these um, enchantments and stuff, that I really think this card is worth it. Hexproof means it can't be targeted, and we get a 1/1, so it's kind of crazy. Like I got beat by some Eldest Reborns the other day, and yeah, this just would have. Oh, and it's a counterspell. Whoa, interesting. It's also thought like a counterspell against Thought Erasure. Gives us hexproof? That's interesting. And I guess we could bring this in against... Huh. That's a spicy one. I don't know. Is this card good? Is that better than Narset? Narset's reversal? Blue, blue. I've had games where, like, Negate is just so much better than Narset's reversal. Plating seems interesting, though. That's spicy.